If you are wanting to become truly unrecognizable on every single level, have the kind of glow up where people genuinely question if that is even you anymore, listen closely. You cannot and will not glow up, level up, become an entirely new person by only working on the outside. When it comes to becoming completely unrecognizable, I see so many people, honestly everybody, talking about new hair products, skincare routines, going to Pilates 3 times a week, redoing your entire wardrobe. And those things are great. But if your energy doesn't change, the way you think, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you show up for yourself every single day, then you won't either. The true transformation that you were wanting so badly, that crazy glow up that you truly deserve, does not come from products and labels. It comes from your inner world. The way you think about yourself, the way you treat yourself, the standards you have, the habits you repeat when nobody is watching. That is where the magic happens. And when your inner world transforms, you start glowing up without even trying, on every single level. Seriously. So today we're going to dive deep into the internal habits that will quietly change everything, because becoming unrecognizable is an inside out process, and a lot of people have that wrong. Hi my angels, welcome to the Shell Era podcast, where my mission is to help you glow up your mind, your body, and your life. In honor of 2026 arriving, thank goodness 2025 is over. What a year, girls. I wanted to share the most impactful habits I adopted last year. Habits that completely changed everything for me. My energy, my discipline, my routine, my mindset, and most importantly, my relationship with myself. Habits that made me feel and look and act so differently that I don't recognize who I was last year. And I truly believe, I know actually, that these habits will help you become completely unrecognizable too. So let's get into it. Number 1, we're starting off with waking up earlier. Whoa, I know. You don't want to hear that. I did not want to hear it either, but do not shoot the messenger, okay? If you're wanting to actually change your life, you need the time to do so. And waking up earlier creates that time. I used to sleep in all of the time. All the time. And it's good to sleep in here and there. Get some beauty sleep on the weekends. It is a treat to yourself. But I did this every single day. And I would wake up, I would lay in bed, and I would doom scroll and brain rot, watch YouTube, compare myself to people online, spiral. And before I knew it, it'd be 1 or 2 p.m. And I would feel so behind. I would feel like a failure. I would automatically be put in the most negative headspace. And I wouldn't think it was because of sleeping in. I thought it was because of me, because of my life, because of the things I had going on. And no matter what I would do after that, no matter how much I shoved into my day, no matter how much I got done, I would fall asleep every single night feeling like I never did enough. I was not enough. And I never knew what was causing it until I started waking up earlier. And I'm not talking about something crazy like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. I'm just talking a couple hours earlier than you normally do. I now wake up by 7 a.m. every single day. And when I wake up, I get out of bed immediately. Immediately. No lingering, no bed rotting, no opening my phone to start a quick little doom scroll, none of it. I'm out of bed. I'll get dressed, I'll go on a hot girl walk, feels so good. I'll call my mom and catch up with her. I'll journal, I'll make the most delicious coffee in the world, and it's barely 9 a.m. And some mornings I'll wake up, I'll journal, maybe I'll do my skincare with some affirmations, I'll hang out, I'll build some Legos, I'll do some crafts. Some mornings are very slow, some are very productive, but all of them are intentional. Waking up earlier isn't about doing more. It isn't about creating more time to shove a bunch of things into, to stress about more things, to be more productive. It is simply about starting your day feeling calm and clear and in control. Your mornings shape your entire day. They really do, on every single level. Whether it's how you're thinking that day, your motivation, your cravings and appetite, your mood, your energy, how magnetic you are. It shapes everything. And early mornings create this sacred, quiet, safe space for your mind before the world gets loud and busy. So give yourself that. There is something so powerful and magical about being awake when most of the world is still sleeping. And it kind of feels like a little secret you have with the universe. Like you are special. You get extra time to pamper yourself and love yourself and better yourself. It is an advantage. And a little bonus that I have personally realized is by waking up earlier, I'm not waking up panicked and frantic and rushing. I feel like my stress and my anxiety has decreased significantly. And I do think, I know, it's contributed to my weight loss and my fat loss and the bloating and the puffiness. So not only will you be living better, you will be looking better. Which brings me to number 2. This habit actually goes hand in hand with waking up earlier, and it's staying off your phone in the mornings. It really is those damn phones, girls. I'll be honest, I've been dealing with pretty bad anxiety for the past probably 24 years of my life. I'm 24 years old, but really, really bad this past year. And especially when the winter time comes, I know it's hard to be as happy every day, as productive, as magnetic. And so I sat down with myself and I really did an audit of what causes me a lot of anxiety, what brings my mood down immediately, what gives me some of these bad limiting beliefs and thoughts, and it is social media. And so for the past few months, I've been doing a little experiment. I made a promise to myself that I will not go onto social media until after 10 a.m. every single day, no matter what. And I won't lie, it kind of sucked at first. It really did. It was really difficult for me. I used to wake up first thing in the morning, get on my phone, check my social medias, check the analytics, respond to comments, scroll all morning long while I was doing my makeup, while I was getting dressed. And I didn't realize how toxic of a cycle that was until I stopped. The moment you wake up, your mind is the most open. It is the most susceptible to suggestions. Everything you are reading and watching and seeing and thinking, your mind will carry with you all day long. So instead of giving my mind this space to wake up and think, I am immediately filling it, stuffing it with highlight reels, hot takes, fake news, fake bodies, and so much comparison. Before I even give myself a chance to think, to feel, to breathe, to live, I'm already shutting it out. And after about a week, maybe a week and a half of not going on social media for over 3 hours after waking up, I stopped craving it completely. Some days I forgot social media existed as a content creator until 2 or 3 p.m. I started waking up and feeling so at peace. I started waking up so much happier. Truthfully, I became hyper aware. Hyper present, if that's even a word. It was surreal how present I was. It was just me, this little girl on a big floating rock, moving through space, starting my beautiful day and beautiful life. Making my coffees in the morning felt like a ritual. It tasted so much better. Going outside and having the sunlight on my skin felt different. I could think so much more clearly. My confidence started skyrocketing. My creativity blossomed. My anxiety plummeted drastically. And so many limiting beliefs and bad thoughts I'd have every single morning ceased to exist. I strongly urge you to try this. Set a time, maybe 2 hours after you wake up, and that is your cutoff time. You are on timeout from social media or even your entire phone until then. Social media can always wait. It can always wait. Honestly, the whole world can wait. Everybody should wait on you. You are the center of your universe. So act like it. And now use all of this time for yourself and only yourself. I promise you, you will feel completely different. Completely. Now, this next habit is one of the most powerful changes I've ever made in my life. I'm not kidding. And it is morning pages. Now, morning pages are exactly what they sound like. First thing in the morning, before your phone, before your workout, before anything, before the world touches you and your energy, you sit down and you write 3 pages, typically 3 pages, of whatever is in your head. It is essentially a stream of consciousness where you write freely. No judgments, no rules, no filters, whatever you want. You can rant, you can manifest, you can complain, you can talk about drama, something that's pissing you off, you can talk about your goals or your to-dos, literally anything. And what this will do for you is clear out all of the mental noise. You are taking everything in your head and putting it onto paper so you no longer have to carry it. And actually, Harvard Business ran a lot of research on this, on daily journaling in the mornings. And they have research to prove it improves cognitive function, your immune system, your memory, it decreases stress, and most importantly, it externalizes internal experiences. It basically separates you from the stimuli and your reaction. And what that does for you is it allows you to recognize patterns within yourself and your thoughts, label emotions you couldn't beforehand, and makes you less emotionally reactive. So immediately stepping into that divine feminine energy. The true power with this habit does not come from one big journaling session, hour-long journaling session. It comes from many small sessions. It lies in the consistency, not the intensity. And I promise you, if you stick with it, you will start getting annoyed with yourself. You will start realizing, I've talked about this same problem 5 times, and I've not done anything to change it. I've not done anything about it. And you will also start realizing, damn, I always feel this way when blank happens. I always feel this way when I hang out with blank. That's a problem. That is the pattern recognition at work, baby. But without externalizing the internal, you can't see it. It's really, really hard to. There have been so many times I have thought to myself, Emily, you've written about this for 6 days in a row, girl. You've written about this for days in a row. What are you doing? All we're doing is talking about the problem over and over and over again, complaining for no reason. What are some solutions? What am I going to do so I don't write about this anymore? And that's when we're going somewhere. And at first, it does feel hard. I won't sugarcoat it. It feels hard and uncomfortable to just sit down and do. Sitting still, first thing in the morning. Dedicating time to this. And 3 pages sounds like a lot at first, but I promise you, you will be shocked at how much is going on in here and how much you can actually write. There are so many thoughts, millions, floating around in your head simultaneously. Some of them you have never even realized, but it's in there. It's in there. And after a couple days of doing it, you will never want to stop. Ever. You will get hooked. Now, if 3 pages feels intimidating or like way too much, and I won't even do it if it's 3 pages, start with 5 minutes. Start with 1 page. And if doing it first thing in the morning does not sound like you, you'd rather do it at night when you're laying in bed, you'd rather do it on your lunch break or after work, then do that. That is perfectly fine. But you need some form of journaling every single day. You really do. I promise you, it will change your life in every single way. Your mind is not meant to hold on to everything. And I will add, this pairs beautifully with your no phone mornings. Replace the brain rotting with brain dumping. Now, this next habit contributed significantly to becoming unrecognizable on every single level, and it's committing to one form of physical activity every single day. And let me be clear, this does not mean committing to 7 days a week at the gym or running every single day. It does not have to be intense. It does not have to be crazy. It just needs to be consistent. For me, it started with a 30-minute walk. It was a little bit of a challenge for me, but I was willing to do it. I was able to do it. I was going to do it every single day, no matter what, no excuses. Before work, after work, during my lunch break, after dinner, I would find a way. This one decision, this one commitment didn't just get me into the habit of going on a walk, of moving my body every single day. It got me to the habit of showing up for myself, no matter what. And at first, I was just doing it. I just had to be consistent. I had to get it done. But over time, something shifted. The weight started melting off. My belly was getting flatter. I felt better. My body looked better. And I realized this wasn't a punishment. This wasn't a chore. This was a gift. And honestly, the best form of therapy to ever exist. I started wanting to move more. I started craving these walks, this beautiful me time that I created for myself. I could not go a single day without my hot girl walk, no matter how I felt, no matter where I was or what was going on. And next thing I knew, I lost 25 pounds. And I walked over 115 marathons in 2025. And of course, when you get into the habit of moving your body and you fall in love with moving your body, it continues to grow. That desire will expand even further. I started doing Pilates. I started doing yoga and fell in love with yoga. I started stretching and dancing and swimming. And I just wanted to explore all of the beautiful things my body could do. So I want you to pause for a second and pick one thing. Walking, Pilates, yoga, stretching, dancing, even 10,000 steps a day. Pick something and commit to it right now. You will glow up physically. You will be leaner, tighter, stronger, more confident in your body, and your mind will transform just as much. Which brings me to my next habit, making small, intentional adjustments to your diet. And I promise you, no matter where you're at right now, there is always room for improvement. I want you to spend the next couple of days simply paying attention to your meals, to your snacks, to your drinks. You can take pictures of them, write it down in your notes, or just track it mentally. Notice what you're eating very often, when you're eating, and where any negative patterns are showing up. For example, maybe you're hungry every single night. You are ravenous. You are always overeating and snacking and overdoing it, and you don't know what the issue is. I had a big dinner, I ate enough calories today, and you realize your breakfasts are very small, very light, and mostly carbs. Well, there you go, girl. Breakfast matters more than any other meal. It sets your appetite, your cravings, your mood, your energy for the entire day. So what can you do? Start focusing on better breakfasts. Bigger, more nourishing breakfasts packed with proteins and healthy fats and fibers. That alone will change how you look, how you eat, and how you feel dramatically. Maybe you're looking at all your pictures of your meals and snacks for the week and you realize, I don't eat any fruit. There's another adjustment we can make, a negative pattern we can break. Start swapping all of your snacks for fruit bowls, for yogurt bowls topped with berries. When I started analyzing myself and my diet and looking for where I can make improvements, I noticed my coffees were a big problem. So much sugar and saturated fats were in my coffee, it was disturbing. And so I adjusted my coffees. I used significantly less creamer. I portion controlled the creamer, and I used unsweetened protein almond milk as well to help balance the taste. And that was it. I didn't even taste or notice a difference, but my body sure did. You don't need to cut things out. You don't need to write things off or label them as bad. We do not do that here. That's doing more harm than good every single time, I promise you. You do not need to restrict. You just need to adjust so gently that you don't even notice. And when you start properly nourishing your body, getting your fruits and your veggies, your antioxidants, all of your vitamins, eating cleaner, you will start glowing. The puffiness will disappear. Your face will slim. Your arms, your belly, your back, your thighs will lean out. Your skin will clear. Your hair will be so much shinier and healthier and grow so much faster. Literally only benefits, and too many to name. And I swear, every time I'm eating my best, my life improves. I feel happier. I feel luckier. I am more optimistic. My thoughts attract so many good things because they are thinking good things. My body looks better, so all my outfits look better. My energy is just so much higher. Fueling your body properly, finding these negative patterns and making some adjustments and improvements will level you up. Next up, my favorite, affirmations. This will not be an M-Shell era episode without them. And I know it can feel so awkward sometimes. I used to cringe at myself when I first started doing them. But why do affirmations feel awkward? Why does it feel so weird and foreign to compliment ourselves? To say, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm deserving. We compliment strangers on the internet every single day, but being kind to ourselves feels weird. That's too much. When I first started affirmations and was getting really consistent with affirmations, I did not believe a single word I was saying. Not one. But weeks later, I woke up and realized I believed all of it. I believed it. I told myself I was hardworking. I was capable. I was kind, and I was insanely lucky and very valuable and important. And eventually, I saw myself that way. My entire outlook on life, on myself, on others completely changed. And on a more woo-woo note, people started actually reflecting my affirmations back to me in compliments and opportunities and comments on social media, sometimes word for word. And it's the craziest feeling. I was able to write exactly how I wanted to see myself. The most important opinion in the world is my own, and I was able to write that. And start small. You can play affirmations first thing in the morning when your mind is open and suggestible. You can start writing them down daily in your journal. Pick a couple of your favorite affirmations you see on Pinterest or on Instagram that really call to you and impact you, and write them on sticky notes. Put them on your mirrors, put them on your monitors, on your car dashboard. Say 3 kind things to yourself every single time you get into the shower. Compliment yourself every single time you're doing your makeup. Say, you're glowing, girl. You look beautiful today. This makeup is about to eat. Talk to yourself exactly like you would a loved one. And at first, you're not going to believe in your words. You're going to feel like you're lying to yourself. You're going to feel uncomfortable and kind of weird, but in time, you will believe them. You will see it in yourself. And it is so beautiful. And the last habit for this episode is 10 minutes of meditation or stillness every single day. And I save this for the end because if you're still here, that means you're serious. You are truly wanting to transform and level up and glow up and become the person you were always meant to be. And I know this is a hard one for a lot of people. This is probably the hardest habit I'm sharing in this video. But honestly, the people who struggle with it the most, who avoid it the most, who think they need it the least, are the people who need it more than anybody else. And this doesn't mean you have to sit cross-legged and for 10 minutes. It can be sitting in silence for 10 minutes on a park bench, on the beach, by your swimming pool, in the hot tub, laying on your yoga mat. It could be going for a walk without any music or any distractions. It could even be taking a yoga class or getting a massage. For me, guided meditations are my favorite. I am a complete sucker for them. If you're an overthinker, especially at night, you need to hop on it. I used to lie awake every single night, completely spiraling in my mind, going down the deepest, darkest hole, sometimes crying myself to sleep. And no reality show, no YouTube video, no true crime could distract me and help me. So I started listening to guided meditations at night, and all of a sudden, I started sleeping like a baby. Your thoughts cannot run wild anymore or rampant because they're focused on what they're listening to, which is some magical stranger calming down your body and your breath and your mind and guiding you into a beautiful sleep. Hearing messages like everything is working out in your favor. You are about to enter the deepest, most restorative sleep. You are going to connect with your highest self tonight. You are going to wake up and your dream life tomorrow rewires your mind. You don't even have to try. You don't have to do anything. You just listen and transformations happen. I'm telling you, the best version of yourself, the most magnetic, powerful, lucky, optimistic, amazing version of yourself is on the other side of meditation. I promise you. And just like the journaling, the true power lies in consistency. Just 10 minutes a day, girls. You owe it to yourself. 10 minutes a day. You can do absolutely anything for 10 minutes. So give yourself that gift. It will open millions of doors for you and opportunities and new paths to discover. Try it out, and I promise you one day you will look back and be so damn happy you started. You will be so grateful you did. I actually have one more bonus habit that I really want to share because it changed the game for me, and it's forming a habit of doing one self-care activity every single day. Whenever I get in the mood to really glow up and level up my appearance and take better care of myself, I would make these massive lists, self-care lists for my hair, for my skin, for my shower routine, all these things I had to do, and it would honestly overwhelm me, and I would never be consistent with it. It always felt like another chore, something I had to do, something I had to check off my to-do list. It never felt like it was for myself. I was doing it to myself. So I simplified it. I created my own version of 75 Hard a year ago, and that was one of my core rules. One act of self-care or self-love a day. That's it. One day I'll do a hair mask. One day I'll do a face mask or put on some eye patches in the morning. One day I'll dry brush my entire body before the shower, and maybe after I'll cover myself in my favorite lotion. I'll go get my eyebrows done one day, or my toes. Maybe I'll paint my nails at home. Maybe I redo my entire vanity so I can wake up and have a new fun little area. These little things every single day really do add up. They do glow you up physically, but more importantly, you feel pampered. You feel loved. You feel feminine and you feel cared for. And that energy screams. It screams. People can sense it and read it and feel it from miles away. That girl over there, she loves herself. She values herself. She takes care of herself. And yeah, she looks damn good too. And there you have it, my angels. If there is one thing I want you guys to take from this episode, it's that becoming unrecognizable, stepping into your highest and best self, isn't about piling on more products, more routines, more rules. Real transformation doesn't start with what you buy, what you wear, or how you look. It starts with how you think, how you move, how you treat yourself, and how you act when no one is watching. Becoming unrecognizable starts by showing up for yourself every single day, even in the small ways. When your inner world shifts, your habits, your standards, your self-talk, your body, your confidence, your aura, your entire life is forced to follow. Welcome to your unrecognizable era, angels. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next episode.